Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about some of the best side hustles and ways of making extra income in 2021. If you guys haven't been to my channel before, this whole channel is all about making extra money, working and making everything easier in life, and of course the side hustles like DoorDash and Grubhub and I got a whole entire list for you guys right here. So let's get started on the top ways of making extra money with your phone in 2021. So first of all, I want to make a couple honorable mentions because none of these are going to make the cut, but one of them is of course YouTube, where you guys are watching me right now. This doesn't make the cut because there's quite a bit of work involved in going in to build the channel up to where it pays you any money. Another one is Etsy. Etsy isn't really, I wouldn't really consider a site, it's kind of more like a business, okay? A lot of people might say oh, you should have mentioned Etsy. I don't know if it really qualifies for this one. Toot is a tutor app. I thought it was a farting app or something like that, but yeah, it's a tutoring app. I've never heard of it, that's why I'm not going to mention it in this. And also Swagbucks. Swagbucks is where you answer surveys and stuff and you get paid for it. So that one might have made the mention, but it doesn't. But before we get started, please consider smashing that like button for the algorithm and also subscribe to the channel for more of this viewer content. Alright, so let's get started. The first one that's going to make my top 10 is Airbnb, and this one's going to come in last place because it's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to be comfortable with random people staying in their house. If you have a spare guest bedroom or something, that's probably the most ideal situation for this. But if you guys have just one house and there's an open bedroom in it, it's probably not for you. I personally am comfortable defending myself in all situations, and I have used Airbnb many times before, and I've made significant income from Airbnb just having an extra bedroom open. So that's why it made my cut, but it's not for everyone. So that's why it's going to come in at number 10. Number 9 is going to be Rover or Wag, which are dog walking apps. It's coming in lower on a list because I know there is some, you have to go through all these qualifications and people have to write you letters of recommendation saying that you're good to walk people's dogs and stuff. And I don't think many people actually want to go out there and walk dogs, but if you guys are one of those people, I know some friends that do make some pretty good income off walking people's dogs. So number 8 is going to be Instacart. And I'm only saying Instacart's lower on the list because I personally don't want to deliver and go shopping for people's groceries. I do a lot of delivery driving and I avoid grocery shopping at almost all costs. So an app that is specifically based around doing people's groceries is not going to qualify for me. I enjoy the delivery apps because it gives me so much free time to do extra stuff. Like right now I'm filming a YouTube video. Before I was answering emails. I was doing all kinds of extra stuff. So that's why Instacart falls a little bit lower on the list. The next one is Handy. Handy is a very good way of making extra money if you know how to fix a house. Now, of course, this one's not going to be for everyone, but I do know some people that make really good money off being on Handy. So that's basically just being a handyman and it's you're essentially the Rideshare of fixing people's houses. If you know about fixing houses, I know a lot of people that grew up in construction that are on that right now, and they say it's a really good way of making money. So maybe check that out if you're good at fixing houses. The next one is going to be TaskRabbit. Very similar to Handy, but it's more of just random things that you can do. For example, maybe it's an old lady and she needs her trash taken out. You can go do that. There's all kinds of random things on TaskRabbit. And I know some people that do make some pretty good money on TaskRabbit. And I've seen people comment in my comments saying, you should try TaskRabbit. Just not really is for me. I'm going to stick to the delivery driving. I just enjoy the lucrative way of making money doing that. The next one is Pact. Now this one falls really high on my list because if you guys watch my channel, you know how into fitness I am. And I absolutely love the idea about this one. So Pact is a app where people who don't stick to their goals have to pay the people that are sticking to their goals and hitting those fitness things. I just think that's a genius way of getting people to actually go and work out and do what they're supposed to be doing, because if you're not doing it, then you actually literally have to pay for your fitness. So as soon as I saw that, I was oh, that's going high on the list, because for me, fitness is one of the most important things, and that is a very smart way to get people to actually go out and work out if you can get paid to do it, you know? I'm thinking about joining that thing because there's no way I'm going to be paying anyone. I'm just going to be getting money on that thing. So I might be signing up for that one soon. I think we might be going out of order because I missed one of them, and that one is Roadie. Roadie is an app where I'm actually on this app. I haven't done a single delivery yet for it. It's basically where people who have big cars can transport things like, let's say you're like a mover or that kind of stuff. I have a pretty big car, and this app might be pretty good for me. I just have personally not used it. I just got signed up on it like a couple weeks ago, and I've seen some deliveries come in where you just basically have to pick it up and you're basically bidding and see who gets it. They look at your profile and see who they want to deliver it, and I have like a trailer and stuff. So this one might be a good way of making extra money. I just personally have not done it yet, but if you guys have a big car, Roadie might be a good app that you want to sign up for. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex is, of course, someone who has a bigger car. This is probably good for you. Now, what you're going to do is go to Amazon first thing in the morning. You're going to pick up a bunch of packages, and you're just going to drop them off. And this, I like the idea of this. I'm personally not going to do it, but the idea that you just kind of drive around and just have like a tasks and like, here's your list of things to do. That's all you got to do. It's as simple as that. That seems kind of peaceful to me, instead of like waiting for orders to come in and that kind of stuff. You're just given a list, and this is the things that you need to do. Go drop them all off, and then you're done for the day, you know? So that kind of seems, it just seems peaceful to me, and that's why it comes on pretty high in my list. Number 2 is, of course, Uber and Lyft, rideshare apps. Now, I've done this before. I was probably one of the first drivers on the Uber platform when it first came out. I remember getting an email saying, get paid to drive people around. And I was like, I want to get paid to drive my nice sports car around. Like, I had a nice car at the time, and I was like, I want to go like get paid to drive this thing around, you know? So this is back in like 2012-ish, when Uber first came out, maybe 2013 or so. And I enjoyed it. I was making $100 every like 3 hours. Really good money. I know the platforms have changed significantly since then. But the only reason I don't put it in as number 1 is because you always have to have people in your car. You always have to have it clean, and there's just like no downtime. And I'm a big fan of like doing multiple things at once, and that you can't really do if you're driving people around in your car and you're like, I don't know. It's a little bit more hectic than being a delivery driver, which coming in at number 1 is, of course, if you guys watch my channel, delivery driving is always going to be my number 1. And in that order of deliveries, Postmates is the worst one. I put Uber Eats in at 3rd, even though I think it's pretty close. It's pretty close to 2nd place, which is Grubhub, and of course, DoorDash. Uber Eats has been making some gains, and they've definitely like stepped up their game a little bit. Postmates is just, honestly, I gotta be honest, Postmates would not qualify, except it's in the category of like delivery driving. I wouldn't really recommend anyone Postmates until they step up their platform and start telling people how much they're making before they accept a delivery. I don't know. Maybe by the time you guys watch it, they've stepped up their platform. But so DoorDash is, of course, number 1. And if you guys watch any of my channels, I basically drive around and I talk to you guys, and I give you guys tips on how to make more money on DoorDash, as well as other things in life. And I personally can be like a proponent of like someone who became successful off having a delivery platform as a secondary way of making money. Like, I evolved my YouTube channel from making $0 to over $2,000 a month. My footwear company went from $0 to over $500,000 net worth, not net worth, value. And my stunt show, I went from having nothing and literally doing Postmates to pay all my bills to having almost like a consistent show base now because of this. And it is all because of delivery, because there's so much time between deliveries that you just have time to either do your emails, edit your website, look for new clients. Like, there's been so much downtime of me just sitting in a car waiting around for orders to come in. I'm listening to all kinds of audio books and everything, and you actually make some pretty decent money. You average anywhere from, like, I would say $12 to $30 an hour, and that depends on what time you're delivering and what day you're delivering. So, and of course, like, there's so many other factors that come into play. Like, you can definitely get good at delivery driving. Now, of course, if you guys watch this channel and you already subscribed to me, you already know this because we talk about delivery almost on a daily basis. But that's going to be all for today. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, and maybe if I gave you any ideas on how to make more side hustle income, I would personally suggest to you guys sign up for all of those ones that sound even remotely attractive to you, because the more sources of income you have, the safer you're going to be if one of those fails. Now, that being said, also, I have a Facebook group called Rich Driver, Poor Driver. If you guys want, go to Rich Driver, Poor Driver Facebook group on Facebook. Join our group. It's just a bunch of productive people trying to better ourselves and learn more and like give each other tips and stuff, you know. So that being said, also, my footwear company is offaxisacrobatics.com. Use the discount code offaxistanner for 30% off, and you'll save some money on the best shoes in the game. Now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Peace.